Hi, I'm Shannon with Itsy Bitsy Book Bits, and here's what readers are saying about Wraith by Alyndra Quinn. I really enjoyed this book. It was morally gray and has a good amount of trigger warnings. Just my cup of tea. Well, coffee. The world building was great. The characters were chef's kiss. I loved everything about this book, from the enemies to lovers to the multi POVs. I would recommend this book over and over. I absolutely cannot wait for the next book. That review came from Heather on Goodreads. This one comes from Crystal Compton on Goodreads. I loved this book. From the very first page, Wraith had me completely hooked. The twists and turns were insane. I thought I knew where it was going, but nope. Alyndra Quinn kept me guessing the whole time. The love triangle, OMG. The chemistry, sexual tension, the emotions, the drama, I couldn't flip the pages fast enough. And then there's Boo the ferret, Heart. As a ferret mom, Boo totally owns my heart. He was the cutest, most perfect addition, and I adored every single scene he was in. He brought just the right amount of personality and sass, like most ferrets. Alyndra Quinn is seriously one of my favorite authors. The way she mixes action, emotion, romance, and unforgettable characters is magic. I love her work so much, and Wraith just reminded me again why. Here is what Enchanted Owl had to say on BookBub. Have mercy. If you have triggers, definitely need to check for any trigger warnings. This is an excellent mix of the Ruinous Trilogy and the Into Darkness series. Don't let the cover photo fool you. While I won't provide any spoilers, Wraith is not who you thought it was. The twisty storyline totally works well for this book, and even how it ends. Kira, Wild, and Blade's love triangle definitely delivers the heat. Level is at least 4 out of 5 on some scenes. This definitely needs to be a multi-person audiobook. I definitely buy that. I'll be watching for future stories in this series to see what comes next. Definitely recommend, especially if you're a fan of the aforementioned books above. Here is one from BJ Bowles on Amazon. First and foremost, this is a new series and it is dark, dark romance. I'm giving it a 5-star rating because I love dark romance and this hit everything for me. If you haven't read dark romance or are just sticking your toe in it, be advised this is just diving in. There are so many twists and turns that this book takes. There's the romance, but there is also the crime, the push and pull between wanting to be good and then crossing the line, to living with crossing the line, and when it becomes the way of life. The way the authors depict the scenes allows for the reader to really be able to visualize what is happening. I was able to feel like I was a fly on the scene of what was happening. I went through all of the emotions of each character in this book. When they got mad, so did I. When they got sad, so was I. I had to fan myself at some points during the book. Again, I will reiterate that if you haven't delved into dark romance, just be prepared because this is diving in. I'm excited to see where the series goes from here because to me, this is a great start and it will only get better. Our last review today comes from Miss Angela Shirley on Amazon. Kira is just trying to get through life with her husband estranged and not knowing where he is frustrating, but not her problem. One day, a man arrives looking for her estranged husband, saying he owed him a large amount of money, but she could work the debt off, but she would have to take over her husband's career of an assassin. At first, she declines, but as time goes by, she becomes efficient and the best in the world of killers. The FBI has been on the case, and Agent Wilder is obsessed with finding Wraith. He thinks he has a line on the identity and location, but all the clues lead to Kira, who is adamant that she has nothing to do with him and know where he is, but Wilder thinks she is lying. But when things get complicated, and Kira has feelings for both Wilder and Blade, can she keep her feelings? This story is full of action and drama, which draws you in with every turn of the page. Kira is a great female character and is kick-ass with what she has done over the years, but it also shows that she has a vulnerable side and cares for the people around her, which was a lovely light and dark. I had issues at first with Wilder, but once you see inside the man, he had a little piece of my heart. The way in the end he fell for Kira was lovely. The interactions between all the characters was brilliant and added to the intense story going forward. I can recommend this book if you love the criminal world and a romance rolled into one. I can't wait for the next book. Thank you so much for tuning in to see what readers are saying about Wraith by Alyndra Quinn. See you next time.